Shalom. To start this lesson, I want to begin by giving all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Racha, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation to sincere brothers pushing his truth and all truth sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth diligently. And also shalom to a few sisters that listen and believe as well. Shalom to you all. I'm the brother Warburn lawyer from the GMS Miami, the Herald's House Shy camp, and also from the GMS Southwest Florida camp out here in Fort Myers. Okay, and I come back with another lesson, and what I want to go into in this lesson is, basically dealing with wisdom, meditating upon the scriptures, blessed he that readeth, something like that, really just dealing with wisdom in the scriptures. I really don't have like a set title. This morning the Lord put a spirit upon me to read Psalm, the first chapter, and something that always catches my eye when reading this chapter is the second and the third verse, which I'm going to read, Psalms 1 and 2. But his delight is in the law of the Lord Yahweh, and in his law doeth he meditate day and night. So we meditate upon the law of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which the law of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is found where? In the scriptures. We meditate upon the scriptures. Okay, the scriptures is a book full of laws, statutes, commandments, rules. Okay, a life guide, if you will. Verse 3, and he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. So if you meditate upon the scriptures, you're like one that's planted. You're like a tree that's planted by the water. You're constantly getting watered, man. You're constantly being filled. Okay, you thirst not. Okay, you're good. It says that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. So whatever you put your hands to is going to prosper. Those that constantly dwell in the secret place, I could tell you in the book of Psalms 91 in verse 1, which let me grab that. This is Psalms 91 and verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. So if you dwelling in the secret place, which is the scriptures, all right, you're gonna abide under the shadow of the Almighty. You're gonna be protected. Wherever you go, whatever you do, you're gonna be protected, and you're gonna be kept. And whatever you put your hands to, okay, it's gonna prosper. It's gonna be for your betterment, and it's gonna be for your good, like we just read in Psalms 1. Okay, you're gonna bring forth fruit, all right, and so on and so forth. Those that dwell in the secret place, those that dwell in the scriptures, those that seek wisdom. All right. Next scripture I got is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6. And I'll start verse 12 or 11. And Salakia brothers, for all the background noise. Forgive me. I'm outside. Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 11. Wherefore set your affection upon my words, desire them, and ye shall be instructed. So desire the words of the Lord. Desire, want them. Okay? Want them. Verse 12. Wisdom is glorious and never fadeth away. Yes, she is easily seen of them that love her, and found of such as seek her. So wisdom is easily found for those that love her, and is easily found for those that seek her. So if you seeking wisdom, she gonna be found. She gonna sup with you. Verse 13, she preventeth them that desire her, and making herself first known unto them. So if you desire wisdom, she not gonna leave you alone. She not gonna allow you to just be out here struggling. As soon as you desire her, she gonna make herself known unto you. Oh, you desire me? I got you. What's up? What do you need? Okay. She, like I said, she preventeth them that desire her, and making herself first known unto them. She quick with it. What's up? Could I take your order? She quick with it, man. Verse 14. Whoso seeketh her early shall have no great travail, for he shall find her sitting at his doors. So if you seek her early, you ain't gonna have no great travail. You're gonna be good. You're gonna be set. You're gonna be protected, man. And he shall find her sitting at his doors. She's gonna be sitting at your doors, ready to sup with you. Hey, when you read Revelation chapter 3, let me grab that right quick. Revelation 3, right? In verse 20, it says, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. So wisdom is at the door. She sitteth at the door. She ready to deal. She ready to come in. She ready to come in and deal with you, sup with you, give you understanding. If you desire her, man. There's also another scripture, and I believe it's Proverbs, the 9th chapter, where it goes into how wisdom, she prepareth the table and so on and so forth for you to come in, so she can deal with you and edify you. Okay? Proverbs 9, and you can start like at verse 1, But anyway, going back to Wisdom of Solomon 6, and I'll read verse 14 again. Whoso seeketh her early shall have no great travail, for he shall find her sitting at his doors. To think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom, and whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care. Okay, so if you think therefore upon her, to think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom. You think it upon wisdom, you meditate upon the scriptures. That's perfection of wisdom. Because you meditate upon the scriptures, because you meditate upon the scriptures, that's you thinking upon wisdom. Okay? That's what it is. And whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care. If you watching for wisdom, you seeking wisdom, you're going to be without care. You're going to understand when this and that is going on. You're going to get it. You ain't going to bug out. You're going to be straight. Because guess what? Like it tells you in the next verse, verse 16. For she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her, shewing herself favorably unto them in the ways, and meeteth them in every thought. So wisdom gonna meet you in every thought. If you thinking upon her, if you meditate upon the scriptures, because you meditate upon the scriptures, that's you thinking upon wisdom. Wisdom is found in the scriptures. You meditate upon the scriptures, you constantly flipping through the scriptures, okay, and so on and so forth. Look, as you do that more and more, wisdom is gonna sup with you more and more, and she's gonna meet you at every thought more and more. That's why, brothers, we be going through certain situations. Certain things may happen. We may hear certain people say certain things. We may see people act a certain way, and the scriptures will just automatically, boom, come to our minds. We wouldn't act carnally. The spirit will just kick in. That's wisdom dealing with us. For an individual that's always, no matter the situation, whatever situation happens, whatever thing happens, they just automatically, instead of being spiritual, they're just carnal. Instead of them being spiritual, they're just carnal. And when the carnal side comes, because sometimes it does come and we have to check it, that carnal side come and they don't check themselves. I mean, really, wisdom ain't dealing with them like that. That means you aren't studying enough. You aren't in the scriptures enough. Okay? You ain't watching videos. You ain't doing enough. Because it gets to a point when you go through different situations, when you hear certain people say certain things, people may scoff you. You just, okay, that's a demon. Or people may say this, that, and third. Instead of you being like, what the fuck? Looking at it in the carnal eye, you look at it in the spiritual eye. Think that vibration, that spirit comes over time, and it comes when you're constantly dwelling in the secret place in the scriptures. When you're allowing wisdom to sup with you, that mindset, your mindset changes. Okay, but you have individuals, which I have seen. Okay, I know this from experience. I done seen it. Individuals that's not really in the scriptures like that, and instead of them being spiritual, they'll be carnal. You'll be like, brother. You'll be like, bro, why did you do this, that, and the third thing? What was the reason for that? Okay, because they ain't in the spirit. They ain't in the spirit, and wisdom ain't dealing with them. Wisdom ain't meeting them at every thought. So that's why they're putting themselves in fucked up situations. Okay, putting themselves in fucked up situations, making their situations even worse, causing problems upon themselves. And that problem that you causing upon yourself, now that problem, that's something that the ministry may need to deal with as well. Okay, not being considerate, not being in the spirit, man. Because wisdom's supposed to meet you at every thought if you in the spirit, man. Once again, next scripture, Revelation 1 and 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. So blessed is he that readeth. And not just reading with understanding. Okay? You got to read and you have to get understanding. All right? And the scriptures tell you that in the book of, is that Proverbs 1 or Proverbs 4? Let me try Proverbs 4. Proverbs 4 and, Proverbs 4 and 7. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. How you get wisdom? By getting in the scriptures. And with all thy getting, get understanding. Right? So as you get in the scriptures, as you meditate upon the scriptures, you're going to get understanding. Okay? So blessed that he that readeth. And it's not just reading. You have to read and you have to comprehend. All right? You have to understand what's going on. Okay? You have to read and comprehend, actually know what's going on, man. Which, Salakia, brothers, let me try to grab this on my other phone. Because when you go into the... Salakia, 1 second, brothers. When you go into the word readeth, you brothers can pull it up in the BLB, Revelation 1 and 3. When you go into that word readeth, in the interliner, it goes into, when you go into the outline of biblical usage, it says to distinguish between. So you got to know the difference between this thing and that thing. You have to have the understanding. Okay, to recognize, to know accurately, to acknowledge, to read, to know again. When you go down to the Strong's definition, it says to know again, i.e. by extension to read. Okay, so the point is to distinguish between, to recognize, to know accurately, man. So when it means, by going back to Revelation 1 and 3 again, blessed is he that readeth. So blessed is him that can distinguish between, that recognize, that knows accurately. And they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Okay, so man, when you read, you gotta know what you're getting into. You gotta know what you're reading. You gotta have the understanding. You can't just read to read. You got individuals that read to read, and then at the end of the day, you ask them, "What did you read, or what do you get from it?" Is can't be like that. You gotta read, and you have to get the understanding. And if wisdom dealing with you, if you seeking wisdom, if you really serious about what you're reading, and you really want understanding, wisdom gonna be there with you, and she gonna sup with you, and she gonna give you the understanding. Okay. Next scripture. Got 2 more, about to close out. Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. So going back to the top, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High. And where is the law found? Like I mentioned earlier, it's found throughout the scriptures. Okay, the scriptures is a book full of laws, commandments, statutes. Okay, that's what it is. All right. So he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof. So you occupied in the meditation thereof, man. Okay, you thinking upon them. You thinking about the scriptures. You meditating upon them. Will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient. You're going to think upon the wisdom of the ancient. You're going to seek it and you're going to you're going to seek out the wisdom of the ancient. You're going to seek it and desire it, want it. And be occupied in prophecy. You're going to be occupied in prophecies as well. You're going to know what times that you're in. So nobody can catch you off guard. You're going to know what's going on. Okay? That's what it is. And this is the last scripture, which we all know. All right? Oldie but goodie. This is Isaiah chapter 33. Isaiah 33 and 6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So right. So wisdom and knowledge is the shall be the stability at times. That's good, man. So wisdom and knowledge will keep you stable in the times to come. Wisdom and knowledge keeps us stable now, man. Believe it or not. When we go through our different situations, our day-to-day situations, these different trials, tribulations, and afflictions, hey, wisdom and knowledge is what keeps us. Wisdom and knowledge is what keeps us sane, knowing that, okay, like the scripture say, think it not strange. That's one scripture. Knowing another scripture, these are not uncommon to man. That's another scripture. So when we're going through situations, we think upon those scriptures, man. They keep us stable. Okay? They keep us stable. They keep us steadfast, grounded, unmovable. I can tell you in the book of 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. These scriptures, man. Okay? That's what it is. There's another scripture. When you're going through hell, my son, prepare thyself for temptation. That's another one. All right? It's wisdom that's dealing with us. It's wisdom that has been bestowed upon us, man. I know that I said that was the last one. I'm going to grab this in the book of Sirach, chapter 1, verse 14, I believe. Yep. Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 1, verse 14. It says, 13. Yeah, I'll start verse 13. Whoso fear of the Lord, it shall go well with him at the last, and he shall find favor in the day of his death. Verse 14 is the point. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb. Right. So the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb, man. So if we be the faithful lower than we are, okay, wisdom was created with us in the womb. Okay? Wisdom was created with us. The fear of the Lord was created with us. It was a part of our DNA. It was a part of our spirit. Okay? Verse, I already read it. Okay? But the point is, man, you know, us having wisdom. Us having wisdom. Lord dealing with us. Lord having mercy upon us. Lord having care for us. Okay? Us having to understand the scriptures. Us having a wisdom being bestowed upon us, and we have to understand the scriptures. We know what's going on. We can edify. We can know what's going on and distinguish between different things. All right, know accurately, and so on and so forth. That's just wisdom. And if you desire wisdom, she gonna sup with you, and she gonna constantly cause you to prosper. Okay? So something quick I want to get into low when it was edifying. I'm going to end up by giving all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, and salutation to sincere brothers pushing his truth and all truth sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, Jali. And also shalom to the few sisters that listen and believe as well. Shalom to you all. Shalom.